should I? I don't like Barbies. Why should I? I don't like Barbies. Why should I? I don't like Barbies. I don't like Barbies. Why should I? I don't like Barbies. Why should I?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to the vicious Reddit Sikoa, your host, YouTube, signing off and imitating. Never duplicate it. Super vicious. And we're going raw this week, wasn't in Fort Worth, Texas, but before we do, folks, it's draft week for WWE. We're going to talk about the first round that went on last week via the SmackDown Rewind. And, well, the highlights and the draft picks from last week's SmackDown. Had to write them down. Hope you don't mind. My memory's not as sharp as it used to be. The first round, first pick for, well, the show started out with the God King himself, Triple H, coming out, addressing all the rules for the draft and all this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And then officially announced the first pick in the first round was Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman, the Bloodline. Notice just those three right there. Making you so sweat a little, huh? Make them, listen, you better earn your keep or y'all's out. Kind of deal. Raw's first round first pick was Cody Rhodes. Not much of a shocker there. SmackDown then picked Bianca Belair, which was a shocker given she's the Raw Women's Champion. And then Raw picked the man, Becky Lynch. Whew. That's a hell of a good pick right there. And then we had a match. It was Butch against L.A. Knight. Yeah! Let me talk to you. L.A. Knight got the win. Always love seeing a good match with L.A. Knight getting the win. And that is not an insult. That is just a fact of life. Yeah! Dummy! Yeah! The second round for the draft then happened. We had SmackDown picked the Street Profits. Raw then picked Imperium, which, honestly, that was like, whoa. Because my first thought was, Gunther is going to beat the living hell out of all sorts of new people now on Mondays. That was my thought. And then SmackDown won this round as far as draft picks went because SmackDown picked Edge. Ed, the prodigal son, has returned to SmackDown. That's all that feels like to me, right there. Edge cut his teeth on SmackDown. He really made himself into it. He really got him into his own on SmackDown and became a top star there, in my personal opinion. And I am very, very confident in the fact that that's just not my opinion. Now, they then had a match with the Street Profits going against the LWO and Ricochet and Storwmen. Street Profits got the win. Not much of a shocker because right before the match there was the draft pick and SmackDown and Street Profits were then picked out of that lineup. So yeah, third round draft then happened. SmackDown picked the almighty Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley going to SmackDown. That's going to be some good money. We're getting some good money matches on Fridays right there, folks. Raw then picked Drew McIntyre, which kind of made me laugh and chuckle because rewind the clock a few weeks ago, all the little dirt sheet jerk-offs were saying, oh, Drew's not renewing his contract. Drew's going to be leaving, blah, 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 blah. If he was, why would they put him on, why would they highlight him like that? Why not just not mention his name, period? Let him just float off and just say, oh, hey, you didn't get picked, so guess what? You're stuck where you're at. Kind of deal. You know? SmackDown then picked the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Meechim, Mia and Uncle Allen, AJ Styles, the OC. Uncle Allen is returned, ladies and gentlemen, as well as Raw then picked The Miz. We then had Zelina Vega doing a match against Sonya Deville. Not much of a shocker on how this went.
Sonya Deville, or not Sonya, Zelina got the win, building up to her match with Rhea coming up this Saturday in Puerto Rico. And after the match, Rhea came out, went to go do a Riptide. Zelina countered it into a DDT, and I was whoa, okay, did not expect to see that. Hot damn! So yeah. Then the final round for the draft for SmackDown was... SmackDown's first pick was Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Bayley, which honestly I popped when this happened because right then and there you could just hear Michael Cole like just drop whatever he had in his hands like, oh no, and just do that. Just a very loud and annoyed, oh no. I couldn't help but laugh on that, like, damn, he is not going to get over this. You know somewhere, once the show's over, he's going to be in the back like, why the fuck you put me with her again? She fucking rips into me all the time. Come on. Yeah. Raw also then got Shinsuke Nakamura, which I was extremely ecstatic for. And SmackDown then picked NXT's Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. And then Raw picked NXT's Indy Hartwell, which made my heart jump for joy because the Way is back together, folks. The Way is all on Monday. We got Johnny, Candice, Dexter, Indy. Theory pretty much disowned the Way, so that's why I'm not including him. He he disowned himself in the Way. So yeah, I'm happy. The Way is back together on Mondays. And then we had the main event match of the night on SmackDown. It was the Usos going against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the tag titles, and this was a damn good match. Wow. This I wouldn't say it was WrestleMania caliber, but it lived up to the hype and expectation of a WrestleMania rematch. This was a damn good match. I thoroughly fucking loved it. And KO and Sami got the win in the end, and the Usos are just like, what the hell? Like they just like they didn't expect to lose, and they're like, what do we do? What do we do? The tribal, we dedicated the win to the tribal chief. We didn't win. Well, what? So yeah. So now let's get into this week's show. Before we do, gonna go over all the rounds for the draft. There were 5 rounds on tonight on account of Raw being 5 hours. The first round, first pick, Monday Night Raw was Rhea Ripley. Not much of a shocker there. SmackDown then picked Austin Theory, so IC title's going to Monday. SmackDown's getting the US title back. Cool. Raw then got Seth Elizabeth Rollins because his middle name is not frickin', it's Elizabeth. And then SmackDown got Charlotte Flair. Whew. Good lord. The second round, Raw then got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So, SmackDown then got the Usos. Personally, I would have had that one wait until like near the end to announce that. Kind of make the Usos sweat a little, given the loss and all. But, that's just me. Raw then got the Judgment Day, Damian, Finn, and Dominik. And SmackDown got the entire LWO. Rey, Santos, Joaquin, Cruz, and Zelina. As far as round 3 went, Raw's first pick was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. SmackDown got Asuka. I'm really going to like SmackDown now. Raw then got the New Day. And SmackDown that picked the Brawling Brutes. Round 4, Raw got the Holy Grail of Canadian MILFs, Trish Stratus, and I swear, I have got to find that thesis. I swear, once I find that thesis, I'm going to put it out there on my freaking Twitter, Tim Vish, just so that way all y'all can see what I'm talking about, because I wrote a thesis in college on how Canada's second greatest export, first being maple syrup, is gorgeous women wrestlers. SmackDown then picked Karrion Kross. Raw then picked Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Yay, I guess. And then SmackDown picked LA Knight. Yeah, dummy, yeah. Round 5, the final round. Raw got Braun Strowman and Ricochet. SmackDown got Shotzi. And then Raw got Bronson Reed. And then the last one, SmackDown got, yes boy, Pretty Deadly. That is so, I am so fucking happy for them. So happy for Pretty Deadly getting the pick and the call up. So now with that said, let's get into this week's show. It started out with Paul Heyman coming out, hyping up on how he set up, well, actually before we do, need to go over the first things first. Triple H, he came out just like he did on SmackDown, but he did address Brock Lesnar negotiated a deal in his contract where he is a free agent, so he can flip-flop and bounce between either show. And I know some people were like, oh, what's the point of that? Why do that if you're doing a draft? Guys, it's fucking entertainment. Not only that, it's fucking wrestling. You want to apply a logic to an illogical situation. That's like trying to break down the actual fucking science behind superhero shit. Like the actual science on how Superman is actually able to shoot heat vision out of his eyes. There is no fucking science to it. There's no logic to it. It just... Either way. They did that, and then Paul Heyman came out, hyped up on how Roman Reigns is coming up on his 1,000 days as undisputed Universal Champion, and then hyped up the upcoming World Heavyweight Championship, the big gold belt with the WWE logo stamped right in the middle, and then was saying, wouldn't that look nice around the tribal chief's waist? And then out came Seth Elizabeth Rollins, who hyped up the crowd to no end, singing his song so extremely loud. And Paul, he was on the phone like this, trying to talk to Roman, and it's like, yeah, and then got on the mic, I can't hear my tribal chief while you're singing, which just got them more, and Paul knows on how to work the crowd, man, no doubt. There is no doubt on that. So yeah, they did all that, and then Seth wound up hyping up on how, no, Roman's not going to have that title. I am. I'm going to get that title. That's going to be my baby. So I'm going to make this simple. How many seconds do you think it's going to take for me to kick your ass and knock you down on the mat? 10? No. 5? No. 3? No. 2? No. And then out came Solo to go and play heavy for Paul, and then it was, whoa. You don't need to do that, Solo. Because you see our tribal chief is already pulling strings to have it made for tonight. Solo Sikoa against Seth Rollins, and then Seth said, well, you don't need to pull strings to make it happen. I accept. I'll see you tonight, big boy. So yeah, now we come to first match of the night. I'm going to try and go through these matches as quick as I can because it took up a lot of time on the draft. Bayley and Dakota Kai went against Raquel and Liv. Now, the baby faces, Raquel and Liv, they were leading at the start with the heels leading going into the commercial break. Post-break, Liv, she was the punching bag for a little bit, and then Raquel got the hot tag in. Decent action. It was a good start-up match for the show. Match came to an end when Bayley, she did a blind tag on Dakota, and then literally jumped down off the apron, got under, hid. All the while, Liv, boom, hit Oblivion on Dakota, went to go for the pin. Ref's like, no, I can't do it. I can't count it. She's not legal. And then Bayley came in and then boom, did a quick sunset flip roll up on her. 1, 2, 3. Now I know normally I always say death to roll ups. However, this was a roll up that actually made sense. So I'm not mad on this one. Now with that said, next up we got Ricochet and Braun Strowman going up against Alpha Academy. Excuse me. Solid action, right? Solid action at the start, you know. But honest to goodness, man, I tell you, the match and the crowd roared, and I mean roared, and got up, like woke the fuck up when Braun and Otis got in there, and that was two big meaty men having a meat slapping meat kind of action. That was two big meaty men slapping meat all over, and they were all for it. And then they got even more up off their feet when Braun Strowman wound up picking up and scoop slamming Otis. Like, did he just picked up Otis and that big motherfucker? Oh my God. Yeah, it was kind of... So yeah, after that moment then, Strowman tagged Ricochet in, got up on his shoulders, and then did the jump off of Strowman's shoulders to do the move for the pin. 1, 2, 3, that was it. Next up, we got Matt Riddle going against Jimmy Uso. Decent start, and Jay actually got thrown out of the match at one point because he went to go run interference on Riddle. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who were ringside with him, then went over. Excuse me. Kevin Owens then started getting into Jay's face. Jay was like, "You want to do something? Do something, man. Do something. Come on. Do something. You want to do something? Do it. And then all you hear is kunk. And then Kevin Owens fall down. Sami throwing a chair to Jay. And then Sami yelling, "Hey, ref, look at this." And then Jimmy's just like, "The hell's going on? Wait, what?" Like, it happened so fast, Jay didn't have time to process what the hell happened, and he had a Los Guerrero done to him. And it was just like, that son of a bitch. Like, oh, what the hell, man? I thought that was great because then after that happened, Riddle came over to check on KO, who was still faking it, like, And then after they showed them walking away, Kevin Owens, Sami, and Riddle all just leaning up against the commentator table like, Bye. Like that. So yeah, decent match. Riddle was more so leading at post-break. It was decent enough. Match came to an end when Jimmy was starting to build a comeback, getting some momentum. Wound up going over to the corner, trying to take off the turnbuckle pad. Ref wasn't looking. KO slammed Jimmy's face into the exposed turnbuckle. Riddle then hit him with a pump knee, went up, did the floating bro, 1, 2, 3. After that, we had Omos going against the Jobber, much to no surprise. Omos got the win. That was to help build up Omos versus Seth at Backlash on Saturday. Next up, we got Trios action. Trios mixed tag action, I should say. Damian Priest, Dominik, and Rhea Ripley. Whew! Oh, God. Going against Rey Mysterio, Santos, Escobar, and Zelina Vega. Heart pills. Need my heart pills. Whew. Now, before the match, they were cutting promos talking about on how the Judgment Day is going to be running Raw now that they're all the band's all together. They're going to be on Mondays. Priest was hyping up his street fight against Bad Bunny. Dominik then got on the mic, and oh my fucking God, the boos that man got, it was deafening. You want to talk about, now Dom, he is fucking over. Dom is over. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Dom's over. And, yeah. So, once Dom then finally got a chance to speak, saying, you know, he spoke his shit, talking about on how he's glad he's not on the same brand as his deadbeat dad, this, that, and the other. He's with mommy, he's with his real family, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Then out came the LWO, and Ray wound up putting a line that brought back like some major PTSD shit from when I was a kid and I did some really fucked up stupid shit. Ray wound up saying, Dom, it's a good thing we're not on the same brand, because if you think that whooping I gave you at WrestleMania was bad, you just wait, because if we were, I would have given you a way worse beating with a sandal. And oh dear God. Oh God. If you have not experienced a sandal beating, you did not grow up. You are not from my generation. So don't even try and tell me you had it rough. Whew. Scary times. Anyways, now that we're done with that, let's get into the match. Had a nice little quick start with the ladies, Zelina and Rhea. It was like quicker than a cup of coffee, kind of quick. And then Priest came in, started working with Santos. And it was good action going on right up with the LWO leading into the break. Post-break, Ray got the hot tag literally right after they came back from commercial break. Like, once break was done, Santos popped a drop kick, went over, did a hot tag to Ray, and then Ray came in cleaning up house. It went good. It was good action. Everyone gels and everyone knows on how to work with each other, which just makes it all the more better. It makes for an easy night. It was a good match. It came to an end when Ray went to go do a 619 on the Damian Priest, but Finn actually jumped in front of Priest to take that shot for him, and then when he did, Ray's just looking like, the hell? What? And then when he turns around, Priest, boom, gets him by the throat, and then hits him with a South Side of Heaven chokeslam from the apron into the ring, and then gets the 1, 2, 3. So, yeah. Now we come to main event match of the night. Solo Sikoa with mein savior, Paul Heyman, against Seth Elizabeth Rollins. Seth doing the mind games at the start, doing the crowd chanting, taunting, this, that, and the other kind of stuff. And it's actually looked like it got in Solo's head for a minute, like, oh fuck, he found the chink in his armor. This motherfucker, he really did it. Like, he had that, and it really did. It felt like that. But eventually Solo started building up some momentum, started doing good. Seth was more so dictating the pace, but man, if you were watching, you could see Solo was just putting an ass whooping on Seth. That's all that was. It was a damn good match. Now, listen, and I'm going to say this now, and I am hoping whoever on high hears this. Within the next 3-5 years, Solo is going to be a main guy. Solo is going to be a top guy. He's going to be a main eventer. Whether he's main events WrestleMania or not, I got no fucking clue. But I will tell you this. He is going to be a world champion within the next 3 to 5 years. There's no doubt on that. And I say 3 to 5 years just for the simple fact of while his character and while his character is over, want to let him polish, get some more ring time, work in front of the crowds. And not only that, let the anticipation build more and more of, man, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. I just want to see it. Give him the fucking shot. Give him the fucking shot. Oh, thank God he's getting a fucking shot. Oh my God, he fucking won. Let it build to that. Basically kind of like with good sex. You don't want to just go and get it right away. You got to build to it, So, either way. Match came to an end via a disqualification when Seth, he was starting to build some momentum, went to go do that rolling neck breaker into a elbow to the back of the neck. Then the Usos came out, started doing then did a 3-on-1 beatdown onto Seth. Then Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Matt Riddle came down and started attacking all of them. And then the show ended right then and there. The cameras cut right in the middle of a brawl. It reminded me of ye old WWF and WCW Monday Night Wars hot ending. Now, whether it was planned intentionally or not, I got no fucking clue, but it was a good hot ending. I dug the shit out of it for that. So with that said, folks, that is it for this week's show, so please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the episodes when you can. Excuse me. Look for me on the Twitter at 10Vicious. Thank you to my executive producer, Ali Ray Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check out us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good shit. These are down below. Also, thank you to LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. There are a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, folks, don't forget to check out whatamaneuver.net for some Vicious Rants apparel. Help support the show. Folks, the Vicious Studios could use a new AC. Help a brother out. Help us get one. We got t-shirts, hoodies, tanks, baby onesies even. So, with that said, also don't forget to follow these cool-ass cats right out on Twitter. Kenny Killer DSB_IV. Diabolical RA, Sergeant Curry Pants and Dogs in your face. And folks, I always tell you, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.